Hey there everyone, welcome to Crappy Reviews, the home of no rules reviews. What does no rules reviews mean exactly? Well, it means whatever the hell I want it to mean. I don't adhere to any set professional standard, it's all raw, my own personal thoughts and opinions, and if you don't like it, don't watch. It's really simple, but there's always some idiot who doesn't understand what optional content is. Today, I'm reviewing a highly controversial and polarizing game. I know a little something about both of those things, and that would be Titanfall 2. This game went from being an Xbox fan's most anticipated to Xbox fans' worst nightmare. No matter what end of the spectrum you stand on this matter, this is a game that deserves an unbiased review. Now, I was a huge fan of Titanfall 1, and the Xbox community really embraced the game. It released at a time when Xbox owners were on the run from the media and other gamers alike. Respawn, the former Infinity Ward developers of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, probably the finest first-person shooter ever created, in my humble opinion anyway. Now they're all going in for the futuristic Titanfall 2 kind of situation. You know what I mean? This is a full-on multi-platform title, and it's available for the first time on PlayStation consoles as well. Some people didn't take well to that. I'm not one of those people. I didn't personally care. I just felt like, I wanted it to be a good game, and I didn't want it to be dumbed down due to being on Sony's platform. Now, graphically, Titanfall 2's campaign looks really sharp. The graphics are really nice looking. The frame rate seemed to stick to a solid clip as well. At least it was during my playthrough. The different locations and character models are all on point. The part where it takes a hit is the multiplayer. There's some muddy textures and a bit of lag here and there, but overall it's nothing really that hurts the game. The lighting and particle effects are extremely well done, and they look amazing. I would say that the single player campaign very much shines, the graphics and things like that. The multiplayer, not as much, but again, it does run smooth for the most part, so you gotta take that into account as well. Now, the gameplay is pretty simple stuff, but incredibly polished. It's obviously a first-person shooter with a twist. You play as a human pilot, but you also play as a Titan or mech as well. So in the campaign, as well as the multiplayer, you'll do your fair share of controlling both of these. The pilot has a variety of weapons and skills such as invisibility cloaking, double jumping, wall running, and in general, the ability to run around like a chicken with your head cut off. Now, the controls for the pilot are as crisp as there's ever been, and you've been given the ability to do a slide in Titanfall 2, much like the slide in the newer Call of Duty games. Now, some of the cooler aspects used in multiplayer are the grappling hook, a throwing knife, and a pretty cool holographic image that you can use to fool your enemies. Sort of like those in Halo Reach back in the day. Now, there's far more Titan customization now as well, but with more choices, obviously you'll need to put out more thought into your loadout. So, I feel like the multiplayer isn't quite as polished as the first game, but it's definitely one of the best first-person shooters this generation, in my opinion. The single-player campaign is something completely new to Titanfall. Titanfall 2 has it, Titanfall 1 didn't. The first one lacked it, and many people were turned off by this fact. So Respawn actually put a lot of thought and effort into a really fantastic campaign. The Titanfall world was rife with a story to tell, and I'm so glad that they finally got the chance to start telling it. The universe is vast, and there could be expanded universes in the vein of Halo or Gears. Basically, even though the story is pretty original, some of the plot is pretty much Dances with Wolves or Avatar, if you don't remember what Dances with Wolves is. You play as an aspiring pilot who gets called upon quite abrupt. Now, there's a nice ebb and flow between you and your Titan throughout the game, and you sort of feel like you've been taken to a Transformers movie during some parts, In the first Titanfall, your Titan was basically just a weapon. In Titanfall 2, that weapon has feelings and is tasked with looking out for you at all costs. You form a real bond there, and that's pretty cool. Overall, Titanfall 2 is a game that offers a truly explosive and fun single-player experience, and it also delivers some quick-paced multiplayer fun as well. And while there was a little bit of camping, and I'm not a big fan of the battery removal and pickup of the Titans in general, the game is one of the best games this year, hands down. Take it to the bank, lock it in. It'd be unfair to compare this game to Battlefield 1, as they're both completely different styles of game. Titanfall 2 is a much more casual shooter that you can pick up and play and complete a match in like 5 to 7 minutes, and that has an appeal to certain people. Whereas Battlefield is a game that will take you much longer to master, and matches take much longer to finish. Titanfall 2 has improved in most areas, taken a step back in a couple of areas, and longtime fans might take some offense to that. But at the end of the day, it's up to each of us to decide how we spend our money. Titanfall 2 is worth every penny of $60 in my opinion, and the free map packs that are coming with this seal the deal. Titanfall 2 gets a fantastic 9.25 out of 10. Please remember to comment, rate, subscribe, rack 'em up. Thanks for watching, guys. Crapgamer out.